up the focus. Yeah, there we go. Good.
Recording?
Hey there!
Yeah.
Video editing! Hello, who are you?
Ah, I'm BiggsNZ.
Like it, where are we?
We're in New Zealand.
Woo! As you can tell, it's not my workshop, it is his workshop.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. So, yeah, I'd walked in here and I'm like, heaven!
All the things.
It's all the things. So within my travel, I found time to meet you, and great to meet you.
Sure.
And thanks for having me here and agreeing to this little interview and
good.
things and what we do. So first off, to people who don't know you, do we quickly want to say what you do and how you got hobbied and things?
Yeah. So I've been modding for a few years now, and then a couple of years ago I had a nice integration, which I'll show you a bit later, and I needed a couple of parts for it, and I needed them in orange, and they didn't come in orange. So I decided to purchase them, and then I thought, I can do this. So I decided to start my own casting business, and so I cast NERF parts
Right.
in a range of pretty colours.
Wicked. Yeah, I've seen so many. I've also, like, there is a build. You guys haven't seen it yet, but there is a build, and it's actually, well, there's multiple builds now.
Oh, now
but,
there is, yeah.
But it always has a build in plan. Like I've ordered parts through you like probably half a year ago
Yeah.
or so, and this build is still not in existence, but it's on my bench. You're casting the parts in colours and resin and whatnot and things,
You got it.
and so you've probably gone through a lot of like stages of trying and try out, and so to create a perfect part. Just on an average, how many times do you fail to get there?
So if it's a first generation of molds, I'll be probably failing somewhere from 20% to 40%, depending on how I make that first mold.
Yeah.
And then it normally rapidly drops off. So obviously, I every subsequent mold, I now know, not make sure I don't have that flaw next time.
Yeah.
So when I'm at the strife sets I'm 100%, pretty much, or 99%. So once in a blue moon, I get a reject. But with the Kronos, for example, the muzzle, I think you've experienced that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's a brand new mold, some of the lines are a bit not the best, so trying to avoid bubbles is a nightmare, and so there's a lot of rejects.
Yeah.
But you guys don't have to worry about that, because you guys don't see them. It's always about quality for me, so I would rather it fail 3 times, but you get the third one, than send you a slightly defective part and have you upset. The simple rule is if I design the part, so if I was to receive them, I would be happy. And I'm not happy with bubbles, so you won't be happy with bubbles, so I'm not going to send you bubbles.
Yeah, so the insane thing is, like, I had no idea about casting and parts and resin and how this works, and I've been here for 2 days now, and we've been working in the workshop, and we've been doing things like he's been showing me a couple of his secrets that are going to be his secrets, and I don't know them. I can't remember anyway.
Don't ask him, he won't remember.
No, I can't remember this. But it was quite fun. It's like, now you got to do this, and now you got to put that there. And it's like, yeah. But I had no idea, like, how much. Obviously, yes, you got to cast, you need molds and masters and whatnot. But I had no idea how the process actually is and how long it actually takes for like a little trigger.
It's the difference. People who think 3D printing. Oh, don't you just print your molds? And don't you just hit print? You walk away and you come back and your molds are done? No. I wish I could hit print, but you've seen it. So it's the mixing of the resins, it's the releasing, putting mold release on the inside of it. It's having to spray, it's having to wait. The mold process itself is days on end.
Yeah.
You've also got experience, and so a little shout out to Steph, because you now understand BiggsNZ isn't a one-man operation.
No, it's not. There's
a-
one man and one perfectly awesome woman.
Thank you, and a small child who will soon be able to put stickers on boxes. So the second she can, she's going to be putting all the stickers on all the boxes.
So we're talking about kids working and things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We're in New Zealand.
Low
Like,
cost,
I don't know
right?
your rules.
Yeah, we're fine. Family business, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Family business started low at young
yes.
age. Oh, sweet. No, it was insane. Like, it was really cool to see some stuff. And for you guys, there's going to be a bunch of builds coming up. They're really cool. Like, we've been experimenting with things.
Oh, yes.
And
things that I haven't even experimented with, so thank you for suggesting them.
Oh, no, thank you for letting me do the things.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And there's a cool thing, you've made them.
Yeah.
So these are your parts, so when you guys see them, he's pretty much done the whole process.
But-
I mean, I've been standing over his shoulder, but apart from that, he's been doing everything.
It was good fun. So there's going to be more builds, so wait for that. Stay tuned for that. Being honest with the thing that I need to do, I don't know when I'm going to pump out this video and whether or not the builds are ready by then. If they are, there's going to be links to the videos, and if not, the videos are going to be here soon. So nerfing itself.
Oh yes.
What does it mean to you?
So for me, it's the modding part, right? So I love it for the modding part, but I don't get enough time, as we've discussed. But so when I do get time, for me, it's creating. So it's taking the time to make something unique, something that you enjoy. It's spending the time going through the process, going through the motions, and it's constantly playing with your hands. Don't know about you or other people, but I can't sit still. You know, like when I get home from work, the last thing I want to do is sit on the couch for 4 hours and watch TV, then go to bed.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for things to do. So it's a fun, safe hobby that I'm not going to, poke my eye out. Like if I, so like it's not paintball. I don't have to worry about coming home with welts. It's the community is amazing. So especially Europe and NERF, you guys have such a healthy community. It's so amazing. So yeah, no, it's absolutely perfect.
What was your first Nerf blaster? The first, do you remember?
Yes, I do. First Nerf blaster. So this is a sad story. I was about 23.
Yeah.
And I asked my best mate, Bobby, if you're watching, I asked him, I was like, hey, can you give me this blaster? I asked my parents for it, and they're not going to give it to me because they told me I'm not a child. So my mate bought me a Recon, and I found a Drac video. I went online and modified it. I took out all the locks, put it back together, wondered why it wasn't working properly. Little did I know I forgot to put the dart tooth in. So I just assumed I'd singled it. So then I cut it away, so I singled it down to a single blaster, and then now I'm in the hobby, I realised what I did wrong, and as simple as forgetting to put the dart tooth back in, and now I've got a single shot Recon because of it.
Well, it's a try and error process that you go through, and with the whole modding, which is the fun thing. Because obviously here in New Zealand, the community is a lot different than what I'm used to being in Germany, mostly Central Europe, and I have no idea what America is. So it's like, do you like? I know about 3 modders from New Zealand now.
Yep. The
do
best
you guys,
3, right?
The best 3, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Slaedur and Frankenzilla, we know it's you too. Let's not be around the bush. We know who it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. We know who it is. But how big is the community? Like, do you all know each other, or is it?
Yes and no. So the country's not massive. So I know Slaedur and Frankenzilla through the community, and we talk. But because we are on different islands, we're a 2-hour flight away, we don't catch up very often, and therefore the community...
You're saying 2-hour flights, like it took me like 28 hours to get here?
Yeah, well, you're a bit closer. No, but it's one of those things where we don't have a huge community. It's Christchurch, which is down the South Island of New Zealand, has a great community. They've got a minimum of 2 clubs. They've got Quick Flags through Slaedur, and they've got Raiden. Raiden does a sort of a kid-friendly version of the Quick Flags, but sort of at parks and stuff like that.
Yep.
So they've got a really good community. But up here in Auckland, because of this geographical location, no one's really taken too much initiatives. 2 years ago, I tried it, and I did it at a park, and I ran an event. But it was, kids, wife, life, became a bit busy. So there's not a huge community. So my community is you guys, like it's the online community, because you're the first real nerfer to come to my shop, as you've now seen with my... Yeah, exactly. You've seen with my excitement to want to give you shit right? Because it's not every day we get nerfers. Yeah, so if anyone is a nerfer visiting New Zealand, don't hesitate to reach out. Because,
come see this guy. Like, this is great. Like,
because the downside is you're going to have not enough space in your luggage, right? I mean, that's the biggest problem you're going to have once you come visit me. Is like, how am I going to take these parts home?
It's kind of truth be told, it's kind of like what I'm facing. But luxury problems.
Yeah, first world problem.
If you would have all the time that you need to finish whatever project, if it was, like, what is the project that you would love to do that you haven't done yet?
Perfect. I've got my ultimate build, which if I come to N-War, hopefully will be ready in time for that. It's my glow-in-the-dark, stock blue Nix build. So I have a Nix, and I have a whole bunch of glow-in-the-dark parts, and I have UV LEDs.
Yeah, right.
So when you mix all those together, you end up with this. It's going to be this beautiful glow-in-the-dark strife. I've got crypto liquid, which is UV reactive, which I'm going to paint on the Nix cage. Right. So the Nix page will actually glow under UV light, even though it doesn't natively. So it's going to have these beautiful glow-in-the-dark motor covers with UV LEDs underneath it, glowing this night blue Nix cage.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, and then I was talking about the Montana. So everyone out there, Montana's a German company. So, but then the other thing is, do I leave it stock blue, or do I go with a nice Montana glow-in-the-dark paint? Yeah. And then I can do glow-in-the-dark on glow-in-the-dark and just make it glow.
Yeah, it's going to be holding in the sun for a second, or UV light for a second.
Well, the cool thing is,
the
plan is to UV light the shit out of it, so that I don't need to put it in the sun. I don't even. It can be working during the night time. You flick the UV lights on, leave it on for a minute, and then charge, flick it off, and then it glows blue or green.
And everyone will know where you are because there's the moon on the ground that walks about.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, I'm sure Humans vs Zombies are not supposed to hide. I wouldn't know. I haven't played, right? So there's going to be me running around in the middle of the night with this glowing beacon in. But so yeah, zombies are in war this year. Look out for a glowing beacon running through.
Coming at you. Right to there's good. Look at it, bam! Oh,
yeah. There's some glow in the dark darts as well. Mix it up.
Oh, that's wicked. That's really cool. And if you would have had the chance to get one blaster, doesn't matter which time it was made in pristine condition.
So I've slowly acquired most of the blasters I want.
Okay.
Triple Strike was the last one that I really, really wanted, and I've now got that. I would say 1995 crossbow because that's what everyone wants, right? But for me, I love the stock end. No, you don't want it. Okay. So it's either that or an ECS cam. So the back end of the ECS cam reminds me a lot of the 95 crossbow. One of those two. I mean, there's one on Trade Me at the moment, which is our auction site for about $60 New Zealand dollars. Can't justify an ECS cam with $60 New Zealand dollars.
No.
So yeah. So, but I mean, I can justify a couple $100 for a 1995 crossbow. It's funny how we live.
It is kind of weird. Yeah.
So one day I'll get one.
Sweet.
If anyone's out there that wants a crap ton of parts traded for one, maybe that's an easiest way for me to get one.
Right. So you got what a crossbow that ECS in.
Either.
Okay, so both of these blasters, if you have them, if you don't need them, if you've got a bunch of strives that want to look cool, just send him an email, like links in the description, social media and whatnot, and then there you go. Straight to pieces.
By association.
Yes.
Boom.
Awesome.
Look at that.
Well, thank you very much for all of this. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for letting me, be in the workshop and actually look into the process and explaining to me all the shit that I can't remember, all the work that we did, all the hanging out, all the cool shit, and it was really, really good to meet you. Nice. I'm looking forward to next time we do this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking forward to pumping a bunch of builds out and be like, look, this is that and this is that and this is that.
Yeah,
remember the time when I went to New Zealand? Just like, yes.
Keep you going for the next year, right?
Yeah, 17 blasters to go, and then we're off we go. And awesome. Thanks for that, my brother.
Thanks for coming, brother.
I will see you next time.
Oh yes.
Until then, NERF on. Right on.
Living the dream, everyone.
And everyone out there. So this is us. This is Rainbow and Biggs from Biggs Workshop here in New Zealand. And thank you guys so much for watching. You know the drill, social media things. If you want to check it out, it's all in the link to this video. If you like the video, that would really help me out. Follows and likes and numbers dictate our lives, and this is why we do the thing. So you find all my information on my Instagram. There will be more about the build itself. And check this out, check out the website, rainbowalex.com, check out his shop once it's back up and running. It's probably by the time, I don't know.
Yeah, we're probably a couple of months away in all fairness. Depends on when this gets released.
So, wait for that because he's got great things planned. Check this all out. Thank you guys for watching. And, love and sunshine, my friends. And I shall see you next time. There will be pictures of the parts and things and whatnot edited to this. Don't need to say because it's going to be fine. Awesome.
You can edit out the swear. You can edit out the swear word.
Oh yeah, I can. Someone's like me. And this is where I don't know what else I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, no, it's blasters, parts,
I hate outros.
Yeah, I always forget that my outros keep